Hello, I'm Vince Wega, and I'm the creator of Malaysian Dreams, the channel, and welcome to the show. And basically, it's just where I am at the minute, what I'm doing, and the Malaysian dream of Malaysia itself. I'm married to a lovely Malaysian girl over there since 2018, and I've been going over there off and on. And 51 now, so I'm planning someday to retire over there eventually. Get some of our bills sorted. We have a lovely condo as well, and just going to keep things, on the ground here in the UK. I'm based in the UK as well, here in London. And to tonight, I just want to react to something. This is the channel anyway. Cannot minimize while you're doing it. Yeah. So welcome. So we'll just share the screen. I'm going to talk tonight about this YouTube influencer I came across the other day. And basically, the video was all about three places not to move to if you're going to Southeast Asia to retire or whatever. So I suppose I just want to reach out and also a happy Christmas or come up to the Christmas period. They got the tree up and everything here. So yeah, wifey lives over in Malaysia at the moment, and she comes over to the UK for 5, 6 months a year. And I go over then and have my month, at least a month holiday, 2 or 3 visits a year. So it's not as bad as everyone thinks, but it's phenomenal. It's a great way to transition into a new country. And since I got there in April 2018, when I first met her, I met her 2 months online on a Chinese dating website. And I thought I'd give it a go, what's not to lose. And I had no idea, that the Chinese diaspora of people, they live in Malaysia as well. And she spoke English, and from the get-go, straight off, we hit it off. 2 months later, from that February, went over to April. Everything was true. It was just like um, we're kind of late for the airport, Kuala Lumpur airport getting back, and she found a way and got a bit lost, and I knew straight away that this is the girl for me, seriously. And it's just you kind of know, and yeah, it's the show isn't tonight, about where I am relationship wise so much. The general crux is that I'm a Western guy. I'm not quite an expat yet. I suppose in my mind I am, but I have a plan A, which is to work over here for a few more years and set up some sort of digital nomad thing, or get a few channels up and going. I have another channel. This is the Malaysian Dreams, the channel. It's only new, and I created it when I was over there in October, November this year. So yeah, I'm gonna see how things go, and I'm gonna have hats here. I'm gonna make some hats for Malaysian Dreams as well. So the channel is going to be all about promoting Malaysia as a country to live. A country, it is paradise, and yes, I understand that it's a lot more expensive in regard to the other Asian countries in regard to Thailand and even Philippines, Vietnam, Cambodia. I hear a lot is mentioned, but after COVID 2019, the cost of living, prices, food, rent, general day-to-day transportation, and even infrastructure, it's definitely ramped up massively. Like I watch a lot of YouTube content in regard to cost of living and what's it like over here, and the Philippines and the way it broke people, and they've had to leave and they've gone to Chiang Mai, or they've gone to Thailand or Pattaya, or they've gone somewhere, Hanoi, or somewhere in Vietnam, and they've gone basically because of the cost of living. It's like €400 a month rent, and then your guy, he's 70, and it's jumped up over the last 2.5 years since COVID to 1,200, and his pension's 2,000 a month. So he's had to kind of, after about 7 years in the Philippines in Cebu, um, I think it's Cebu or Sabah, Cebu. He's relocated to Chiang Mai, and this is another YouTube, and it broke his heart. And the diaspora of expats, it was such a thriving community. He was saying the COVID hit, and there was I don't know if you can say COVID anymore, but yeah. So I'm very realistic about this stuff and the cost of living, and you know um, we have a condo in KL, Kuala Lumpur, affectionately known as KL. And somewhere down the line, we'll work together. And I get on so well with the family and mum-in-law, brother, niece, the extended family. So I just wanted to react to the video. It's not one of these sort of, oh, this guy's this and that guy's that. I'll just wait for this. There you go. This is the Malaysian Dream. So it's only a young channel. I'm doing a lot of shorts. And all the shorts that I'm doing is genuine, authentic footage that I've took myself. I have one there. Yeah, shorts. So yeah, shorts have been doing really well. Can't believe it. The channel's only up about a month. It's going to be a work of uh, a life work of progression anyway. So Malaysia's native water monster I have here. You can click only a few views here, but some of them, like this beer tower, 1,200 views, hundreds of views here for this one here. I like that one. Barking at the Moon from Ozzy Osbourne. Rest in peace, Ozzy. I'm a bit of a rocker. And so some of these have done really well, so I'm happy enough. It seems to be the ones that when I was in Malaysia have done really well. And the ones that I've been doing since I've been over here in the UK, they haven't picked up. Oh, that's what I'm noticing now. So I think the future is, I think I know that Langkawi fireworks. This is actually a really good one. It's the sky view in Langkawi. It's the eagle's nest, and that's all glass there, and you can see it's just the family didn't have the courage to go out and see that. I was trying to coax my little niece to go out. But yeah, I went out there. I'm happy it did, but it's so traumatic. This is the mountain in Langkawi. It's the cable car area. It's just unbelievable, seriously. So first of all, I want to say about Malaysia that it's a fabulous base to locate if you want to explore Southeast Asia. Kuala Lumpur is phenomenal. There's so many pluses. The weather's amazing. It's not overly hot. There's a lot of shelter. The food's phenomenal. There's all sorts of food. You can get any time of the day nearly. We pop down. You can get food at 3, 4, even 5 in the morning. It's the culture over here in Malaysia is very, very 24-hour as well. Although, yeah, you do notice since the COVID, shops have kind of reduced their hours. It's not like it was before, and I noticed that with the malls as well. Generally, 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock is closing for a lot of the malls. And the culture over here is not walking really. It's moped, bike, car, taxi, whatever. But there is a coach system, which is fine. And I see them regularly going every hour to whatever. So there is a bus coach system. It's fine. There's nothing wrong. They've got a monorail. I have some more shorts here about their rapid transport, rapid KL transport. It's very, very good. It's not just the monorail. They have other systems outside. There's up to like 12 or 13 train networks, and they all crisscross a little bit, like an overground. There's no underground that I saw. It's just mainly an overground system. It's phenomenal, man. And one thing I will state that yeah, there is a foreigner tax, to the bills. You see, if you've got a Malaysian identity card, you will get a discount, which is fair enough. People say, oh, well, why are we paying more and all this? I can understand in a way because we come from a different system in the world where you earn a massive amount compared to the locality. And I just think the whole country is set up amazingly well, efficient. It seems to be a fair system. People have been saying yes, it's a Muslim country, and they're mainly people that haven't gone there, and they paint a picture in their head, and you go on YouTube and you hear all this and that, and then that paints your narrative. What I always suggest, I've been to Ukraine several times. I know what I'm talking about. I've been to Malaysia several times. I know what they're talking about. I've been to Thailand only once to Krabi, Phuket, near there, but I stayed in Krabi. Yeah, and that's all I've been now in regard to Southeast Asia. Is mainly Malaysia. I've not even been to Singapore, and I will go there one day, but it will be set up when the wife feels like this and that. But there's so many different locations. We've gone to the Cameron Highlands there last March. We went around the tea gardens. I can show you the pictures and the whole lot. Like, um, I set something up. Oh, went to all over. Was Malachi. We've been up to Kuantan, where my wife's from, and we've been all over. Langkawi as well. Can't forget Langkawi. It was just incredible. So there's so many different places to go in Malaysia, and it's just not a boring place whatsoever. Very, very beautiful. Any type of food. The buffet restaurants are incredible. You can get discounts using their apps. You can feed the whole family for about 130 quid. And you have Italian, Chinese, American foods, lobster, the whole works. And this is what I'm doing. I believe in Malaysia is just an incredible country that's set up. Yeah, I understand family first. It's a very, 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 very family oriented country. If you like stability, if you like security, if you like a Southeast Asian country that's progressive, um, safe, and you know normal and stable and realistic, I would say the whole of Malaysia is realistic. And the people they see foreigners now. They say Farangs, okay, in Thailand. I like the word Farang. You're a foreigner, you're a Farang. Um, my name is, actually Frayne, which is like French, something like I think it was an Irish thing for foreigner. So after the Normans, the French came over and conquered Ireland for whatever years it was. So I understand this Farang thing. I think my ancestors were Farangs, French Farangs from Normandy. Who knows? But I'm an Irish lad, and it's a realistic country. And mainly, what I say to that is, the people there don't expect you to be paying for everything. They're very hardworking, honest people, friendly, smile. In Malaysia, you have Chinese Malaysians, Malay Malaysians, which are Muslim. Yeah, and also there's the Hindu fraternity, Indian, which is also in Klang, which is it's out towards the eastern side of Malaysia. I have friends that live out there, and they're Indian Malaysian of descent. You have also, Farang Malaysian or expats. It's diverse. It's amazing, and you will come across these amazing Irish pubs. I came across one up in Langkawi, and it's just all set up Irish this, and even the signs and Guinness is good for you. The whole oh my, it's just like I wouldn't be reading into the hype about it's a boring country, and if you're a lot of these YouTube channels, they're set up for the divorcee male. He's lost. He doesn't know what he's doing. His sense of purpose is gone. He's sold a house. He's got about 250K in cash. He's got a few investments, and it's very appealing to go to Thailand or to wherever. And you've never been there, and you just go over, and it's just like incredible. Well, what I've done is over 2018, it's seeped and see. I loved it straight away instantly, and I know there's a wall of heat. I understand that, but it's a dry heat. It's not a sweaty heat. I've never ruined any t-shirts going out. The only thing I will say, there are, mosquitoes out here, and I have a reaction to them, unfortunately. So I have to do what I can and make sure I got plenty antihistamines and stuff. So I understand that, but not so much up at 16, 17 floors up in your condo. Then that's why a lot of people like the condo living, because you're away from the mosquitoes. I'm not saying that they're massively, it's not crazy problem in KL, but obviously, outside in more rural areas. So keep an eye on that aspect. If you're, I react very bad, so I know myself, but that's no deterrent for me. Um, so yeah, let's have a look. Yeah, so this channel is here to promote the whole thing. You got the famous Petronas Towers as well in KL. Everyone's heard of it. The mall culture is phenomenal. Everybody rides in a taxi or they drive there, and the car parking's quite good. Things are relatively cheap in regard to, a Western wage. I would say it's something about a fifth cheaper for most Western foods and for clothes in Malaysia. Now you can go to Philippines and everything is like 20 times cheaper. I'm not sure about the rate. And Thailand as well. But when I say realistic country, that's what I mean. You go to Thailand and you can have, I'm not sure, just from YouTube's, that the girls in the bars, the whole lot, the culture there, it's all set up to exploit the Farang and the Western man, and they're only trying to make a living, and everything's gone up, and there somebody has to pass the buck. And I feel like I made a realization that here in the UK, it's very, it's actually, we're all going through the same baloney here. Cost of living over here is bad, but it's nowhere as bad as if you're in Thailand, you're in the sticks, and everything's gone way up, and you can blame the tourist. Oh, it's the tourist that's done this. It's COVID, and it's hyperinflation, printing of money, quantitative easing. It's all over the world. It's nearly nowhere you can escape this stuff unless you're going to Mars or the moon. So I'm very realistic. I'm kind of happy I made this realization. It's all over the world is cost of living. Everyone is struggling. It's a massive rug pull, and we all have to adapt. And that's why this is very appealing, this digital nomad stuff and making money on YouTube and online. This is really interesting. And I have quite a time from 51, hopefully, touch wood and God, that be graced with a good retirement, but and hopefully can make these channels work. And I think being genuine and going to these places and live in these places is the way to go. And yeah, so realistic. I That's what I like about Malaysia. It's authentic and it's realistic, and um it's uh it's genuine as well. And then when you go to these countries, Philippines, you get to the back of a taxi cab, they will inflate things, this and that. I'm pretty lucky, like, so I have, family that they arrange all the taxi cab, they have their own cars, and they know the deals, and it's I just don't know. I realize how lucky I am. God, seriously. Thank God above. I mentioned that a lot. So let's have a quick look at the video. Don't want this to be massively long, no more than 30 minutes. Yeah, this guy's fine. He's living the dream. I don't know much about him. He seems like a nice guy, and I think it's with Malaysia. is saying if you're, a divorcee and you want to have a bit of fun, and Malaysia isn't the place, and I understand it's a family sort of orientated country, but what I will say is that you don't need to show a marriage certificate. You don't need to show a marriage certificate to book into a hotel or anything like that. And other things like you can hold hands, you can hug. And, I go to the mall and I've got my arm around my lady, the whole lot, and it's nobody's looking at me massively. I do. Yes, yeah. The tourism market isn't as strong. You won't come across as many expats. You won't. There's there's not really a Nana Plaza here in KL. There's just like droves and droves of local people, and it's very a very busy country. I don't know, it's a 35 million people in Malaysia, so it's quite populous, and the malls are always full. The thing to do is to go out to the restaurants and eat local cuisine, um and some people, maybe the Farang out there that's looking for a zest for life and just a new find himself and rediscover himself after losing like his family and his identity. And I can understand that massively going over and trying. And yeah, I suppose it's invigorating. You Thailand. I'm going to go to Bangkok. I'm going to go. I'm just going to go crazy. I have the money, and I'm going to just think about myself and think about me rather than my whole family and the whole lot. The kids are grown up. They got their own jobs now. The wife has gone off with the yoga instructor. I'm lost. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm going to find myself and see if I can find happiness. So a lot of these guys, they want it all very quick and too soon. But even when they go to these places like Thailand or Philippines or whatever, after a while they can do all the right things, but then they get bored and doing these going out and gallivanting and the whole lot. It does get tedious after a while, and you're sitting there in your condo, you're looking out amazing, amazing view, whatever it is. But they, no matter how hard they try, a man is a man or a lady's a lady, and they'll want a bit of connection and a bit of company. And that you have to kind of do the self work on yourself after a divorce. Are you lonely? Are you going to lead with your wallet? Are you going to try and impress? Or do you just want to let go and see what the world does? What does the universe have in store for you? So I understand all that, but you need to go in and realize this stuff and know it's always there and be realistic. That's what I mean. Like, I'm not sure if Thailand is massively, it's not as realistic because the it's just the way the world is now at the moment, and women, they have family, the pressure on them, on the Thai girl to support their family back in the village, or they're just bad people, they're just greedy, that you're the dream ticket, you're their ticket out of here, and then they themselves want to go to Cambodia or Laos or somewhere and live an expat life, has the rich Thai with and they can cope because their languages are quite, on the same level. They can adapt, but we can't though. So and so basically the video here is set up for that sort of gentleman who wants to have the wild days, but not not every dude is down that road. I think it's just lost, lonely, men, and also men that are kind of, they want young women and young girls. That I can't get over the psychology of a 65-year-old man and a 22-year-old woman. Like, it's, I just, maybe there's something wrong with me. Why wouldn't I want it? No, I just, now that's not realistic at all. I just don't see it. I don't see it, and most of it doesn't work. Um, so anyway, what's the other gripe I have with Malaysia? Yeah, I wouldn't the strict, it's this Muslim thing about the whole country. is way over hyped or over emphasized, in my opinion. It's not like, Dubai. I'm sure I haven't actually. I've been only in transit and Qatar and all these places, and you do hear on the internet about the rules about alcohol, women showing flesh and having to wear scarves or cover. Alcohol's not permitted, whatever it is. But over in Malaysia, it's nothing like that. I swear to God, you can just be normal Western dude and be happy. And it's realistic because the people aren't running around the place after you looking for money. There's no kids on the street begging. And there's just a decorum and a respect in Malaysia. And it's a fair system. When the hardest thing I had to do was go back home and get my freedom to marry. But once I had the whole thing done, it was everything ran like clockwork. The system, once you had all the documents and everything in line, that was it. So anyway, so I'm not going to go too heavy. He goes into Thailand and says a lot like what I say as well. But yeah, the scene I would regard in KL, if you want all the bars and the women and maybe the expat community, I do agree it's not massive here in Malaysia. But I'm not going to Malaysia for that to live in a bubble. I've gone there to live as a Malaysian in a Malaysian country, and I adore every aspect of it. And it's realistic to me, and I'll enjoy the food. I like eating local food, and yeah, I'm just part of the family, really. And a lot of the expats, they want to find a bubble. They want to find their mates on WhatsApp and go for a basketball game with some, Germans and Australians and feel connected. I understand that, especially if you don't know the language. And in Malaysia, they drive on the left side of the road, same in the UK and Britain. It's a Commonwealth country. It's got that sort of administration sort of aspect, and there is democracy in Malaysia. Very content. The only things they mainly complain about here is the flooding. It's quite popular over here in monsoon season, of course. There's Singapore does get hit a lot with flooding, and KL as well, and the traffic and things like that. I understand. There's more things, but I don't really go into news. I don't even do news in the UK. It's a waste of time, guys. Um, so yeah, that's selling Malaysia, and this guy Evan, he's I'll subscribe anyway. This isn't a hit piece on this guy at all. It's just I wanted to highlight the issues that if you are a family man and going to Malaysia is brilliant. There's so many things to do. It's just a friendly, down to earth country. You can bring a family. You can stay in an amazing hotel. You can get to a beach. There's all this sort of Langkawi was unreal. It was just incredible with the cable car system up the mountains, and then there was the speedboat that we took to go out to the islands, and we saw the monkeys, we saw the bats, we saw the amazing eagles. It was incredible, and it was a great place to bring a kid. And it's like 50 quid, whatever it was to get the tickets. Um, it was a little bit more, 50 per person, fine. And like, I don't mind supporting the local culture. And we ended the day in the middle of a well, not on the sea, but like protected sort of bay with the island, and there was a wooden sort of veranda, sort of wooden decking, not connected to the land. It's just floating out there. Uh, I hope there was an anchor pillars put in place. I don't know. And there was like an aquarium there side you could have a look about. And then you had the restaurant, and you could sit and you could have something. I enjoyed it massively. It was just incredible. I can't say any highly. So if you have a family already, come over and just enjoy the place. You can use KL as a base to get to hop the hour and a half to Bangkok, or might be 2 hours. Phuket is just up the road. I mean, up the on the air. not far away. You got Krabi there on the Fifi Islands. You got the amazing the beach, which was Leonardo DiCaprio, and you got all this stuff. Went there, done that, and also you got Tokyo. That's not too far away. I don't know how many hours it is. Australia, Perth is about 5.5 hours flight. Um, you've got you can go to Bangkok, you can go to Shanghai, you can go Beijing. It's just you got Indonesia down the road. It's a great base. You got Philippines. Yeah, you can. It's manageable. It's a great spot. It's a great place to hop. The internet's phenomenal. There's packages everywhere. And I said, it's just a brilliant place. The only thing I would say, walking is a bit of an issue. Like I wouldn't be going thinking you can walk into KL here and there. I wouldn't be relying on that, guys. It's not like the West here. Who cares? It's just that's all really I've got to say. Um, let's see now. What's it? I just didn't. The only thing I will say, I better turn the sound off here. Um, country we're holding hands. Yeah, I think it's really, really not a massive problem at all here. This is the country where holding hands in public get you to a side eye view, where hotels can and do ask for marriage certificates. Hotels will ask for passports and stuff. Of course, that's normal. That's that. Um, I think it was like one democratic or sorry, uh, demographic. Yeah, he goes on about Georgetown. Now, Georgetown is just up here. Well, gosh, this is the Langkawi bit where I was in. It's just incredible. But if you go further down here, you got Georgetown and Penang and all that. Now, I've not been here, and that's what he's saying. There's, possibly, yeah, this is possibly a hot spot you can go and have a crack and you can have a look at. So I suppose there are places you can go as an expat, but I think them days are kind of long gone in regard to the sidewalks of hundreds of pubs and Thai girls and all this running out the place, and after you saying handsome, oh, come in, come in. That's going out the door now. And I heard like in Thailand, expats have been saying that they want to clean up the image of the city, and it's more like an Indian gentleman market now, and they have more of a decorum about them, and they like their own foods, and there's more things have changed a lot, and they don't spend as much as well. I mean, they have probably have money, but they can keep their head together, unlike the Western man possibly. So expats are complaining about that. But generally in Thailand, they want to clean up their image and make it more of a family sort of friendly atmosphere, which is, okay, fine. In KL itself in 2018, and this is before COVID, of course. We'll just go back. That's Ipan, KL, just anyway. So that's KL. It's not too far down the road. I live in Sri Petaling. I'm so happy to be on the airport side. Sure, this is the Petaling, and the airport's down here somewhere. It's brilliant. You don't have to go through the city. So I live in southern KL when I'm over there, and they did have a place called the Beach Bar in KL itself, not far from the Fraser condoplex, and there's condos everywhere. You've no problem getting an amazing place. And if you've got a problem with a condo, you can go down and change it, and you can argue, and they'll give you something better. It's crazy. It's amazing. just whatever you do in KL, try and keep your decorum. Always smile. Query. You don't need to shout at anybody. You don't need to lose your temper. People aren't trying to con you over here. That's why I love the realism and the respect here in Malaysia compared to other countries. I never had this idea that I'm being scammed or the taxi guy or whatever. It's laid back, friendly culture. It's unbelievable. Um, like I hold my hands up when I was in Ukraine and I got off that airport in Kiev, I was absolutely petrified. I was about an hour walking up around, afraid to ask a taxi guy and use my broken Russian because at the time I was only learned Russian. Um, and that's not the thing to do. I quickly learned, pivoted to Ukrainian, and yeah, they you get the wrong when you're in big trouble. They don't turn the meter on to charge you whatever you want. I had one of them scams in, but nothing like this over in KL. Seriously, they're everywhere you go. Yeah, be careful, have your stuff, but obviously I have a family network over here, so they look out for me all the time. They know all the right numbers. So the beach bar, yeah, in 2018, went there with a friend, and I brought the wife, and we had a charge of something like about £10 sterling when I equated it because the local currency is ringgit. So it was about 50 ringgit, whatever it was. And we all paid it in, the three of us. I think the wifey didn't, maybe she, because if you're a girl. So the two of us went in. The moment I got in the door, I had someone grabbing my hand. Hello, hello, welcome, come to the bar or something. And I was buying my drinks. I don't know, they're inflated, but I didn't realize about this lady drink culture thing. I'm sure my friend had that crack, and I'm not going to go and divulge what he got up to. But it's so true. A lot of the girls they came from Vietnam, Cambodia, but mainly not many Malaysian. I noticed not many. I don't think there's definitely no Malay Muslim. Definitely not that going on. It's like Malaysia is like a country of four parallel worlds. The Muslim world, but I'm living in the Chinese Malaysian world where it's quite westernized and Chinese food. That world is going on happily and everyone's happy. You've got the Hindi or the Hindu world and their culture, and they've got strict beliefs as well, and marriage and the whole lot, and the pressure on a young Indian Malaysian lady over there and the marriage. They have all that going on just as bad. The Chinese have their own distinct thing. It's like four parallel system, and everything works. And that people use English between themselves as a second language, a universal language. So it's a Commonwealth country. They speak English. They drive on the left side of the road. I know which way I'm looking. I know which way on the road. It's just this is not talked about. Massively amount. It's not talked about. The integration is just way more easier compared to the other countries. Philippines will drive on the right hand side of the road, and of course this and that, and then you got you know the the culture as well of the Farang. There's none of that very much or very little in Malaysia. But getting back to the beach bar, yeah, she was from Vietnam. She had three children, and she was amazing. And I thought I could fall in love with her, and she was so genuine. And I've never had a Western woman like. And thank God he got out of the place. He's not been back. He said, "Oh, I always thought about her." Um, and to this day, and I'm thinking, she's all the horror stories you've heard about marriage things and that and all that. Now, all this stuff, Malaysia are cracking down on marriage scams and people not marrying in Malaysia. You have to stay for a minimum of 10 days before you get married, or, there's certain things that they are very aware of that's going on. And I just like the accountability of Malaysia and the system. They want their information, and I mean, you've got to, you know, are you doing things that will go on their radar? So that's more or less what I've got to say is that beach bar place now is closed down. I was back, of course, a couple of months ago. Well, last month. Well, it's nearly 2 months now at this stage. And the beach bar has closed ages ago, and that was pre-COVID, so fair enough. So there was a bit of that culture going on, but it's only in spits and spots. And I think I, I think they're seedy enough. It's not a realistic way of meeting a woman. Some might work, but the whole majority set up to exploitation, not just of the farang, but also the lady herself. And if she's gone beyond the point where she's rotten, it's that will seep into her children, and they have to do what they have to do. I understand that. I mean, to family, it's they have no other prospects or whatever, but it's still wrong, the whole thing. And that's why I have no inclination about this Thailand thing. I want to go and with the wifey and we'll explore and we'll love it, but we'll go together. I'm lucky, but other men, I have no more to lose. You can lose the whole lot. There's so much. You need to have that realization that you have so much more to lose. You got your dignity to lose. You have your soul to lose. You have all your money to lose. You have your future to lose. And they think they've nothing to lose. So yeah, in regard, quickly, we'll get out of this now. Um, I, quickly, so back here in the UK, the I'm definitely hitting the. I'm not saying if there's a depression or thing, but there's a heaviness in the UK that that being here after I was on a high, definitely since coming back on this. I think it was this 9th of November. I've been back since, and since then, I have to admit, like the heaviness and the way this cost of living thing and how it's all weighing in everyone's minds. Everyone needs to sort their bills out. People have to work two jobs. The food is cost has gone up. Shrinkflation is a big thing. You want to see the the chicken burger, the chicken pies I got. They're that big, but they're that much filling. It's crazy. But anyway, done the job. Yeah, all that's it's just micro things that irritate the hell out of you, and it's like the straw that breaks the camel back over here. Now, if you want to get out and enjoy and have some love alive, go up to Liverpool for the weekend. That helped me as well. Um, but yeah, I could do. I can last another month or two. I need to get back, and I can. It's like a rethinking, a rewiring of your brain, and your brain is, oh yeah, there is a way out. There is a future. There is amazing country. All you need to do. Well, I'm not going to wait till pension age. So it's going to be 70 for me. I'm 51, 19 years. So this channel is going to go on 19 years. Um, touch wood, and let's pray to God like you get the. But yeah, I definitely feel, working the two jobs, being tired, not much hours, finish at 2:30, you're home by 3, you've got an hour and a half to get ready to get to your evening shift at 6, you finish at 5, or 5 hours later, you finish at 11, you're back home then for about 5 or 10 past 12, and then you do that for 2 or 3 other times a week. It all adds up. Um, and you just have to do it. So it does wear you down, but it's easier when you feel you have another way out or another life. I could have had Ukraine as well. I still have friends that are in Spain and across the world that I can meet. And we have always that connection of the Western Ukraine. I just adore the Western Ukraine, Ternopil, um, Lviv. Um, oh, jeez, amazing, beautiful countryside, amazing people. The people there had a genuine kindness and a respect for themselves and a nobility and a helpfulness. And it wasn't scammed. Now, yeah, the taxi guys I told you at the beginning, they're absolutely freaking crazy stuff, man. It's just that just have to be careful, you know. It's that's the problem. Like, you know, people don't speak. I'm not fluent in Ukrainian or Russian, although I can dabble well and I can understand a bit. But yeah, that's where I am there anyway. So I'll just saying I have a few different fingers in the pots for options. And I just love languages. I love diversity. I love exploring, and I do like to graft and um, work things out financially to be able to do the things in life. And I'm not one of these guys that are going to sit here and count every hour or day until retirement. I'm not going to do that. I'm enjoying life for now, and I'm not waiting until I'm 70 to to begin. Oh, life begins then. It's crazy way to think. And I'm really happy that I've not done that all my life. I've been to Amsterdam, it's phenomenal. I've been all over the world. I've been to America. Um, Met the wife late when I was 44. She was 39. I'm 51 now. And I'm just really grateful that I've been able to salvage something in this life and have a genuine relationship. And it's just really blessed. And I think you really need to fix yourself and do lots of work and self-analysis or even get therapy to give you a chance to have a sustainable future. So let's leave it there. It's gone on a bit longer than I thought, but let's hope that you guys, that's what the channel is all about. I'm hoping in February that she comes over now we have to get our passport sorted, mine sorted as well. And then, she'll be living over here and figure out uh know what I'm moaning about. They do say that we like moaning about the weather and moaning about everything over here. It's part of the culture in British culture, cues and moaning. So we'll see how she gets on after another while. So look after yourself, folks. Thanks. This is Vince Wega out on Malaysia Dreams, and I'll tune in again to maybe one of these videos once a month, just to kind of a breakdown. And yeah, consider Malaysia as an option. And yeah, you need to know who you are and what you want in life. Like in Malaysia, golfing's phenomenal. If you're a golfer, if it's just there's just so much to do over here. So anyway, take care, guys. Look after yourself. And Malaysian Dreams, the channel, is out for another edition, and I'll tune in again and let you know what the crack is. Again, with Malaysian Dreams, that's what we live. Take care, guys.